So guys, it's snowing today. So if I'm a little extra distracted, that's why. But I do have a couple things I want to talk about. So hopefully it's a pretty good little combo today. We'll see. But yeah. Today's gonna be leg day. I haven't really tested my leg out at all, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. My plan is just to kind of try and hit everything. I mean, I've been doing like 8 or 9 sets per muscle group, but the quads and hamstrings are so big and so like different directions. I feel like there's just not that many things that really hit them enough together to justify only doing 9 sets. Like maybe squat. I guess if I wanted to, I could go in and do like 5 or 6 working sets of squat, which I might do. That doesn't sound too bad, except for the fact that heavy squatting is like the number one thing you can do to hurt an already hurt knee. So we'll see how my knee's feeling. Chances are probably going to do 6 or 7 sets of hamstring curls, a couple sets of heavy RDLs, and a bunch of quad extensions, and I've been liking the hip abductor machine as well. I don't know if it really helps because I kind of maxed that thing out the first time I ever used it, but I maxed out all the leg machines, so I don't see why I wouldn't use it because of that. But I can't see any downsides to having strong hips. I mean, yeah, you don't really notice it, you don't really see it, but your hip flexors are pretty long muscles that like tie into your lower back and to all the way down to your knees. So that's like a lot of important areas, I guess, that those work. So probably going to try and emphasize those more. Today's also a grocery shopping day. I don't think I'll record it. I'm not quite in the point in my vlogging era, I guess you could say, vlogging phase, where I record grocery trips quite yet. But if I get enough interest, I will. But main thing I'm going to be looking for is egg whites. I've been liking the low-fat Greek yogurt a lot, both just to eat or to make some protein powder or to use as like a mayo or cream or sour cream substitute. It's pretty good. I mean, some people don't like the kind of sour, like the Greek part, but I actually like it. I actually like it a lot. So gonna be getting a bunch of yogurt, a bunch of egg whites, so use those a lot, a bunch of cottage cheese and fruit. I've been missing that as kind of like a snack, because I feel like I've never been much of a snacker, but I've also never had that good of a body fat percentage by default, so I guess maybe switching it up will help. And on a more real note, I feel like it's a lot easier to stay on top of your goals, stay on top of your hunger, if you're breaking up your 1,800 or 2,000 or whatever you're going for calories into 5 smaller meals or 4 smaller meals as opposed to 3. Or even, I'd most of the time, I'm whipping like 2 meals a day, 2 big meals, and those are great, except for 2 things I'm kind of worried about is, you can eat a big old meal, but then a couple hours later, it's about bedtime, and you start to feel a bit peckish. And that can be hard. And the other thing you got to worry about is it's just not that sustainable for your digestive system. I feel like your digestive system really doesn't love when you eat your daily allowance or daily requirement for protein in 1 or 2 meals. I had a shake the other day that was like 130, 140 grams of protein in the shake from multiple sources. Like, I wasn't just slamming all my protein powder in one go, because I feel like that's kind of a waste. But yeah, I mean, I know it's been pretty much completely debunked now, the myth that you can process more than 30 grams of protein in one sitting, but I do think that there's merit in moderation and kind of splitting that up, because I'm just thinking in the mindset of what your intestines might be thinking if they had a brain. Like, this dude's really making us do all this at once. It's like going from a super slow day at work to your busiest day all year, all in just like one instance. So yeah, so I'm trying to break up my meals more, long story short. So I'll be getting some cottage cheese, restocking the fruit. I like canned pears a lot. And the light syrup, which is just like water with, I think they put some stevia or something in there. I don't really care. I'd be okay with just water, but I do understand they gotta preserve it somehow in a can. Yeah, I'll get some fruit. Probably won't get the mandarin oranges just because they are a little bit higher calories. But, you never know. And then I'll be looking for some very lean beef. I've been reading, and chicken as well. It's been a while since I've been on a chicken. I love chicken. But I'll be looking for some lean beef, some lean chicken, just making some tacos. I shouldn't say I can't afford, because I could probably make it work, but like, I really don't see any reason to eat steak every day. Like, I feel like I see all these influencers and stuff eating like steak, avocado, and eggs, and I'm like, I can't imagine a more expensive meal just to be getting that freaking, like, basically like, you guys are just buying the most expensive ingredient foods and then just going for it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love steak, love eggs, love avocados, but like, that's a bit much for every meal or a meal a day. I feel like I could probably find some other options that are a little bit more sustainable and a lot lower on the fat side, because I'm not a fat hater. I might have said this before, but I'm not a fat hater. But I definitely don't think that fat's gonna be your main nutrient you're gonna look for in fat loss. Like, yeah, it is filling, but part of the reason it's filling is because it's 9 calories per gram. I mean, protein's 4 calories per gram. And I know I've talked about that, but I just think that's important not to forget. Like, fat is definitely the most nutrient dense. But anyway, just something to think about. I'm gonna go hit legs pretty hard. Hopefully not aggravate my knee injury, and I'm just gonna take advantage of this long afternoon I got to maybe get a little extra cardio. So we'll see.